Welcome to Stories of Art. My name is Karel Huidenkoper. Today I'm back in my favorite museum, which is Museum Speelklok in Utrecht. It's a museum for automated musical instruments, and I've been allowed to show a number of these to you and actually demonstrate them. And today I want to tell you the story of these two. These are belly organs. That is, in Dutch we call them buikorgels, and that translates to belly organs, because you carry an instrument like this one with a strap in front of your belly, which is hard work because these things weigh about 25, 30, sometimes 40 kilograms. And they're also called barrel organs, by the way, but I'll get to why they're called that in just a minute. These organs were used on the street. You would carry these around to wherever you were going to play, and when you were going to play it, you would fold out a stick that it would stand on, and sometimes they even have fold out legs, so it becomes sort of a table. And many times the slightly bigger ones would even have wheels on them. They would put them on a sort of a cart. And then all you had to do is turn a wheel and it started to play music. Loud music on a little organ. And that would draw a crowd, and that crowd would hopefully give you some money. These things were popular throughout the 19th century, but also in the 20th century, and you could find them pretty much all over the world. In some countries they're still quite popular today on the streets, and apparently they were even very popular in the United States, because in 1935 Mayor LaGuardia banned these instruments from New York. And that's because they caused traffic jams. So that must have meant that they were quite popular. Of course, people weren't used to hearing music played everywhere as we are today. People didn't have their earphones in and listening to streaming music or whatever. This was one of those few sources of music, and people would actually stop and have a little dance with these instruments, or they would marvel at the rest of the show that an organ man would have. They would have children singing with them, maybe a dancer, and very often little monkeys. For instance in this photograph, where you see a little monkey standing right next to the organ grinder. Monkeys are of course nice and cute, and they can be taught to collect money, which is of course the whole point of these things. Now they also have their restrictions, and they're called barrel organs. And the barrel in this thing is the musical program. Now you have to imagine, when I turn this handle that's behind here, a number of things will start to happen. One is there's a series of bellows in the instrument that start to pump air, and they pump it into a reservoir, which is basically a bag of air, and that's clamped down with springs to keep it pressurized, because you need air pressure, because it's a pneumatic system. And that air will escape through the organ pipes, and that of course makes music. But to tell the organ what it has to do, what keys it has to play, it has a musical program, which is a cylinder with pins in it. And that's in here, and that's the barrel in a barrel organ. Now when I open it up, I can show you what it looks like inside. Now when I open it up, you see this cylinder with pins inside. And that is the program that tells the instrument what to do. These little things are the keys of the organ. It's now in its safe traveling position, but when I lower them down, you can see they come down on this cylinder with pins, and when this cylinder starts to rotate, the pins push these keys up and they open an organ pipe. And that's how it knows how to play music, or what to play at least. There's not just pins in here, there's also these bridges, maybe you can see them. They are for longer notes. And it can actually play more than one melody, because can you see that these keys are actually quite a distance apart? And there are little pins everywhere. Well, the cylinder can shift from one position to the next, from left to right, and then it can play a different track of notes, and so a different melody. Very often they play 6 to 8 melodies. But the problem with these instruments is that is all they can play, about 6 to 8 melodies. And they're all short because they are all just the length of one rotation of the cylinder, because then the program simply starts over again. So very often they had these songs that they had to repeat over and over and over again, which is why they used to sing songs with these instruments with lots of different verses. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, but slightly more interesting. Very often these songs are sad. They're called tearjerkers, because apparently sad songs will make you more money. Now, let me play you a little bit of music from this organ. So this is another one of these barrel organs, one that can clearly be carried around because it's, well, kind of small. But this one is a little bit more subtle than the one I've just played. It was made in 1830 by Ignaz Bruder, well, famous organ builder from Waldkirch in Germany. And this one, well, plays the same sort of melodies, short ones. It doesn't have that much range in music because it only has one cylinder of music. But it has something extra, and that's this. Now I'm going to play it, and then all of these little figures start to move. And I'm going to zoom in precisely to this little scene here, and then you can see it all just, well, move around. But pay special attention to this guy. He's a little sort of a magician. And at the end of your performance, you would do this to indicate that people need to donate some money. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon so that you get notified anytime I post a new video. And of course, you need to come here to Utrecht in the Netherlands to this museum, Museum Speelklok, where there are so many more of these instruments and they're demonstrated continuously. So you can always, well, see them play. They're demonstrated in tours that take you around the collection and play a number of these instruments. Really good fun to do. So if you're in the Netherlands, come to Utrecht and visit this museum. I'll put the website, a link to the website of the museum in the description box so you can more easily find it. And as always, thank you very much for watching and see you again soon. Bye.